February 1st, 2008. A phone call, a fax, some paperwork, the kind of transaction that happens in law offices and front offices all the time. Quiet, procedural, clinical. Except this one wasn't quiet. This one moved a 7-foot Spaniard from Memphis, Tennessee to Los Angeles, California. It sent a franchise cornerstone from one city that desperately needed him to another city that was one piece away from greatness and buried in the fine print. So easy to miss that most people didn't notice for years. It sent his younger brother in the opposite direction. One trade, to brothers, to cities, to dynasties, one of the most consequential 48 hours in the history of modern basketball. And almost nobody understood what they were watching in real time. Here's the official record of the trade. The Los Angeles Lakers received Pau Gasol. The Memphis Grizzlies received Kobe Bryant, Jabris Crittenton, Aaron McKee, the draft rights to Marc Gasol, Pau's 22-year-old younger brother, playing at the time in the Spanish ACB League, to future first-round picks. On paper, it looked like a Los Angeles robbery. ESPN's Mark Stein called it the most lopsided deal in years. The Sacramento Kings general manager Jeff Petrie was reportedly furious. The Lakers swooped in and offered significantly less value and somehow still got the deal done. People said the league's competitive balance was broken, that Memphis got taken, that Jerry West, yes, that Jerry West, the man who built the Showtime Lakers dynasty, now working as a consultant for the Grizzlies, had somehow engineered a sweetheart deal for his old team. David Stern opened an investigation. He concluded no wrongdoing, and the deal stood. But here's what everyone was too angry or too distracted to notice in February 2008. Marc Gasol, the kid in the fine print, the afterthought in the transaction. He was about to become the most important player in Memphis Grizzlies history. Sant Boi de Llobregat, a municipality just south of Barcelona, population around 80,000, not the kind of place that produces NBA legends, until it produced two of them. Pau Gasol was born in 1980. Marc followed 6 years later, in 1985, in a family that emphasized education and service. Basketball was something else, a language the two brothers invented between themselves. Pau was the mentor, Marc was the student. Pau came to the NBA first, second overall pick in 2001, to the Memphis Grizzlies. In his first season, he won Rookie of the Year. In a football city, Pau Gasol made Memphis feel like it belonged. In Los Angeles, meanwhile, Kobe Bryant was entering the most psychologically complicated chapter of his career. Shaquille O'Neal was gone. The Lakers had missed the playoffs in 2005, and Kobe, one of the most relentlessly competitive human beings the sport had ever produced, was visibly running out of patience. Championship windows don't stay open, and a 7-foot playmaker like Pau, that's not a luxury, that's a necessity. Then Memphis answered. February 1st, 2008, 3 p.m. Eastern. The NBA's trade deadline is hours away. In Los Angeles, Kobe Bryant learns the deal is done. Not a role player, a genuine star. He smiles. The private one, the one that says, now we can work. In Memphis, Pau Gasol gets the call. He's leaving. 7 years, the city that made him feel human. He cried, not because he was unhappy about the Lakers, but because Memphis had been real. And then there's Marc, 22 years old, playing in the Spanish League. Memphis now owns his future to be, implicitly, the replacement for his own brother in sports. We talk about trades as transactions, but this one split a family across an ocean. Los Angeles, 2008. Pau Gasol arrives. The chemistry is immediate. Kobe and Pau speak the same basketball language. 1 year later, 2009, Lakers beat the Orlando Magic. Kobe Bryant finally wins without Shaq. He falls to his knees. Pau Gasol is the first person to embrace him. 2010, they do it again, back-to-back. Memphis, 2008. Marc Gasol arrives. He comes to a franchise in mourning, but Marc is not his brother. He's physical and built around defense. He develops into one of the most complete centers in the game. In 2013, he wins Defensive Player of the Year. He becomes a spine of grit and grind. This trade, called a robbery, gave Memphis a decade of competitive basketball and gave Los Angeles to championships. The trade that joined their futures had spent 11 years keeping them apart. One trade, one phone call. Two cities got what they needed. Two brothers got separated. And a name nobody noticed in the fine print became the entire story. The lesson isn't about strategy. The lesson is about paying attention to the right things. In a trade, like in a life, the most important piece is rarely the one with the biggest number next to its name.